This episode of April and Jay, who have no ideas, would have been brought to you by Fandango.com, but I still have 17 and a half hours in the queue before it'll let me buy Avengers tickets.
27M4F, downtown. You and I sit silently in the back of a dimly lit lounge. I sip whiskey while you stir your martini, wondering whether you'll eat the olive this time or if it's too much in this company. The cagey stares from the bar patron suggest to leave it undisturbed. I break the silence by proposing that we walk to the Louvre, but in a way that suggests my efforts are foregone. Young and in love, I had given too much too soon, and now your monarch wings had outgrown my butterfly net. You set your Gucci bag on the table and sigh, I suppose so, as we both trudge onward, knowing that this was most likely the end. You had danced into my life like a raven-haired gypsy, and I was lost to your charms. Alone together, we set out for the last time. I can't help but smile and think about the people we were and the memories we shared. I hope you finally opened that vegan bakery we always talked about. But in the end, I was punk rock and you were show tunes, just two bands out of sync. To my beautiful cougar, I'm writing to you on today of all days because I need you to know that no matter where you go, no matter what you do, that as long as I have a face, you'll always have a place to sit. Happy Monday. Hi, I'm April.
And I'm Jay.
And we have no ideas.
That was good. It was the thing that made that so good was that it was so eloquent all the way through.
When I read that yesterday, I was like, I don't care if this is an April Fool's joke. This is too good not to read.
That's funny. So we are finally recording again, April 2nd. And before I forget, I almost threw a long line of insults at somebody this morning thinking it was you on Facebook. Because I say almost, but I didn't get as far as to like actually start commenting on the post. But I was scrolling through Facebook this morning and I see whatever the hell it said. Whatever the hell the rhyme.
It was a bottle of Catalina. No?
No, not that.
Not okay.
That. No, it was the rhyme, and it was the Justin Timberlake, and and it said in a couple weeks it's gonna be, and I'm like, in my mind I'm like, God damn it, April! It's April 2nd. What the? And I was like, oh, that's not her. Never mind.
I saw it too. I think it was like Nerds with Vaginas posted it, and
fuck.
I almost posted it, and my exact thoughts were, "It's only April 2nd. I can't do that to Jay just yet."
I fucking hate that thing. I fucking hate it. It's like April 2nd. Give me a freaking break, people. In a couple weeks, it's gonna be May.
I do love it though. I do love it so much.
I hate that meme so much. It's my most hated of memes.
So I got my tickets today.
So here's what happened. I got to about 8:30 in the morning and I was like, oh crap. And like many other people, all the sites were inundated. Fandango wanted you to wait 45 minutes in line in queue.
Yep.
I finally got through the queue, and every time I picked my seats, it kicked me back to select date and time. So it never would go through. So I was going back and forth between my two preferred movie theaters until finally I was like, screw this, I'm done. And then I went, you know what? I'll try the one near my house at the mall that sucks. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, that one went through no problem.
Yep.
But I was only able to get one seat by myself.
Oh, no.
At the crappy mall movie theater.
Oh, no.
So, whatever, I'm going by myself.
Yeah, the friend that we usually go with to see the movies, she went online. Because I tried all morning at work. And she was able to do it at some point. She was just like, hey, how far have you gotten? I was like, I haven't. She's like, okay, well, I got us 3 seats.
Well, yeah, because I saw later in the day that Fandango was giving everybody problems. Like it basically crashed.
Yeah, our movie theater doesn't do Fandango.
Oh, okay.
It's just you just do it through the movie theater site because they just started doing reserved seating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So at least I'm going. I'm going by myself, but at least I'm going. I mean, I'm not. I'm used to going to movies by myself,
Yeah,
so it's not the end of the world. But
because I left you.
yeah, pretty much. So I'm going by myself. But so yeah, so that happened today. Let's see. It's been almost a month since we've recorded at this point, huh?
Yeah.
I don't
It
know why you're
it
saying
has
that.
like a month since we recorded. It's been almost a month since we posted, because we ended up
That's
recording
true.
before your trip.
Right, because I was away at the beginning of the month. I traveled, did some international travel. I went to Belgium, and I got to visit Germany and the Netherlands while I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. Um, it was a fun trip. It was a lot of good food, and I had a good time.
That's good.
But since I've been back, we were supposed to record last week, but the stomach bug hit our house with a fury,
Mm-hmm.
and my daughter was just puking nonstop for like 4.5 days. So that was fun. And then we were gonna record yesterday, but she got annoyed with us at bedtime and decided to make herself puke, which she does frequently. Um, so here we are, April 2nd, finally recording again.
Yeah.
Um, yesterday was April Fool's Day.
Yes, it was.
So I was looking through all the best tech April Fools stuff.
Yep.
I wanted to run through it with you real quick.
Okay.
So according to TechCrunch, their vote for the best April Fool's joke came from Google, and it was the Google Tulip. I don't know if
Okay.
you saw this.
I didn't.
So it said Google Tulip, in my humble opinion, is the best April Fool's joke of this year. It's a product that lets you communicate with tulips. They're making progress with cacti, which just want to be left alone, it would appear. The premise itself is par for the course on April Fool's Day, the perfect mix of mildly plausible and but why. It's basically like a little pot with a smart speaker built in and then a tulip coming out of it, and you can like communicate with the tulip.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was Shutterstock Stock IRL, which was Shutterstock is unveiling plans to build the world's largest physical library called Stock IRL, which would host shelves upon shelves upon shelves of stock photos, watermarked videos, and music tracks. The best line was, because sometimes innovation means moving backwards. Spotify Discovery Weekly. Apparently that's a thing. I didn't know that was a thing, but it said this one is elegant and delightful. Spotify has transformed your Discovery Weekly playlist to feature disco hits specifically. There was Duolingo Push.
Yep.
Best way to learn a language is to practice every day. So Duolingo's are choosing a more effective way to remind you. We're taking push notifications out of the phone and into the real world. Duo, the owl, will literally show up to remind you to practice. It's a green glove treatment you've always wanted. It's just basically this big giant owl that pushes you around until you practice. Google also did, they usually do something with their Google Maps. Well, this time they turned Google Maps into a big game of Snake.
Yep.
So that was kind of funny. Let's see what else. There was one that NVIDIA, who's if you're unfamiliar, NVIDIA makes video cards for computers. They came out with Ron. Meet RON, Ron, the new voice of gaming. It's an Echo-like device, but with a holographic display for some reason. Offers in-game coaching, insults, a rage converter, which translates your screamed profanity into words of encouragement for your inept teammates, and the troll destroyer, using internet source facts to take down trolls on forums. Those are just a few of the features of the Ron AI personal assistant, which feels a bit too bonkers to be funny. A for effort, though. Trying to think of what else.
Did you, I think it was like Burger King or McDonald's did like the pickle burger, and it was just like a Big Mac of just pickles, and people were mad it wasn't real.
There was, ThinkGeek, who does like the best products that people always wish like are real.
Uh-huh.
So ThinkGeek's list of products this year were fucking amazing. Did you see any of those?
Jay, I tried to stay off the internet as much as possible yesterday.
Okay, so the first was the Captain Marvel Universal Pager, and it's basically the pager that looks just like Nick Fury's from the movie.
Yeah.
Only Nick Fury has the pager to call Carol Danvers back to Earth, but the Bluetooth replica isn't bad to have clipped on your belt either. We'd stare wistfully at it all day and daydream about giving Captain Marvel a buzz. They had a Kirby-themed Roomba called the Roomby. The Flame Jam hoop, which was basically a portable basketball hoop where you could actually light the rim on fire like most of the basketball video games from our childhood.
Yeah.
Thor Mighty Mjolnir mailbox. It's the mailbox that can't be moved, broken, smashed, or anything, and it's shaped like Mjolnir. What else? They had a motion-controlled Mimic package. I don't really know what that is. Oh, Dark Souls inspired Mimic, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I thought the pager and the Roomby were pretty funny. That's really all I saw. I'm sure there was more stuff, but.
Oh wait, hold on. There's more April Fool stuff. I'm gonna look right now on the ThinkGeek site.
Oh, they had burned bread toaster by Banksy.
Yep.
And I think it was $1 billion.
The beanbag onesie.
Oh yeah, that has a beanbag attached to your ass.
Yeah.
And you just basically sit down. I would totally pay $149 for the Mjolnir mailbox, though.
Yeah.
Like, legit, no lie.
The Universal Pager is only a penny.
Well, yeah, because it's a pager.
Oh, okay.
That's the joke.
Okay.
Anyway. So what else has been going on since our break?
Not a whole lot. I'm trying to think. Well, and I saw this yesterday on the internet, and I actually like looked it up because I wasn't sure if it was an April Fool's joke or not, and I found articles dating back to like Saturday, which we talked about before we started recording, was that Emily Bet Rickards is not going to be on season 8 of Arrow, or 7. Mm-hmm. Which season? Is it season 8?
Season 8.
Yeah, so she will not be on season 8 of Arrow.
Damn.
She's finishing up this season and being written off the show. And both Stephen and Mel wrote her a really lovely tribute, and she wrote a tribute to the character.
I saw that
on their Instagrams.
So how are they gonna do that based on the future story they did this year?
I don't know.
Apparently, she's gonna be locked in a cage. I
don't know how they're gonna do it. Good Lord, the Mets are killing the Marlins right now. Sorry,
all right,
letting
easy.
me know. And then I also read that the reason that it's ending is because Stephen Amell asked to wrap the show up.
Yeah, I could see that.
I believe he talked to them at the end of season 6 about wanting to kind of tie a bow on it. And then also a couple days later, Supernatural said that they were going to be coming to an end next season.
Well, you got to make room for all these other shows that are coming out, I guess, too, right?
Yeah, but also Supernatural was not canceled either. It was a decision mostly between Jared and Jensen, and I guess Misha was involved in the conversation.
Oh, I'm sure.
But they all kind of decided that they didn't want the show to get to a point where it just was too shitty to go on and get canceled. They kind of wanted to go out on their own terms on somewhat of a high note.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that makes sense.
It'll be 15. They're going to end with their 15th season.
Yeah, I mean, it's time.
Yeah. I mean, it could have ended 10 years ago when they wrapped up the Lucifer storyline, and it would have ended on a high note. I'm glad that the show has gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
It did have some lulls in writing over the course of,
Right.
A lot of years, but I'm glad that we're at a point where it's going to be, it'll be a good thing. And not like, thank God the show is ending, but it'll be they got to go out on their own terms. The writing's still good. Might as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was on spring break.
Spring break!
2 weeks ago. And I got myself involved in...
MTV Spring Break?
No.
Oh. Do they still do MTV Spring Break?
I don't think so.
That's depressing.
I got myself involved in watching 6 seasons of a Canadian TV show.
Yeah.
Called Letterkenny.
Mm-hmm.
Did you try and watch any of it?
I haven't.
Why not?
Oppositional defiance, mostly.
Oh. It's so funny.
I know, you've said.
It has just got some of, like, the best... I don't even know. Like, it's got some of the best jokes, and, like... It's brilliantly done. It's so silly, but it's so funny. Like, they have I'm going to just play a little bit of one of the cold opens that they do.
I don't know if you can do that.
It won't be long. I won't do a whole thing.
Can you do that?
It'll probably get kicked off of YouTube for the one viewer, which is me, because we don't have any...
A couple hockey players come up the produce stand the other day.
Wow, this is a lot of music.
Hi.
Can't believe your sister's still dating you, not sex.
Wayne,
How are you now?
good, and you?
Not so bad.
Hey, Katie.
Go home, Daryl.
Nice onesie. Does it come in men's?
Oh, I think you come in men enough for all of us.
I think you better come in my... you better come...
I think you better come say that to his face, you fucking hicks.
Nice execution.
You're doing terrific.
Hey, I heard about your breakup, buddy.
She's a sweetie for what, 5 years, right?
Oh, you're a high school sweetie, right?
What's it to you?
Heard she cheated on you, buddy.
That's a real kick in the knackers, bro.
Just a real ouchie, bro.
It's too bad she taught you not to fight anymore, buddy.
Because that's a fight on sight for you and her new guy, buddy.
Fourth life for life, bro.
Maybe if you'd ever been in a real fight, you might not be so keen for another.
What'd you say?
You heard
What
me.
is going on?
Oh, my spitter.
I don't understand what is going on.
So he's talking to these two hockey bros, and they're just slinging insult at him because his girlfriend broke up with him. It's like this clip has gotten over 7 million views.
I mean, it's kind of funny, I guess.
You have to like. My cousin told me about it. And I mean, you have the same kind of sense of humor that I do. Like, you watch a lot of the same things that I do.
How dare you?
What? You watch a lot of the same comedies that I do?
I know, I was just being difficult.
So I sat down like the Saturday night before St. Patrick's Day and started a couple episodes, and I was laughing out loud really hard. And then I spent like the next 2 days just binging it. And my cousin and I have just started talking like them.
Of course you have.
Like the, how you now, good and you. Oh, not so bad. We tend to start every text conversation that way now.
Of course.
Yeah.
Color me shocked.
It's a pretty funny show. I think you would enjoy it.
So one of these days.
Okay. Well, to our listeners, watch. It's on Hulu. All the seasons are up. Speculation is the next season will be up around July 1st or 2nd. It's usually around Canada Day, and then right around Christmas.
Canada Day.
Yep.
Eh?
They don't do a lot of A-ing, I think, because of the part of Canada they're in.
Do they say a boot?
No, they actually do like a whole 5 minutes on a boot. And how Americans are stupid for thinking they say a boot.
I mean, I had a friend that was from Canada originally, and she would say a boot.
Okay.
It wasn't completely a boot. It was more like about.
That's how they say it.
About. I could be from Canada. I know what it's all about.
That was a little bit more Minnesotan.
I'm offending our Canadian listeners. Sorry. What else? What else you got?
I don't know. I've got a bunch of stuff for like later.
All right. Well, let's talk about the movie that's about to hit 1 billion.
Captain Marvel.
I know we're a little late to the game here.
Yes.
But we haven't had a chance to talk about it.
No, we really haven't.
So this is probably news to everybody else. If for some reason you haven't seen Captain Marvel, then what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you listening to this podcast? And second, then it's going to be spoiled for you because we're going to talk about it in depth. It was a great movie.
It was.
You had issues with it? Let's talk. What did you like? What did you dislike?
Okay. I really enjoyed it. I really, really liked it. I think it's a powerful feminist movie without being over the top about being a feminist movie. But there was something about it, and I don't know what it was, that when I walked out of the theater, I didn't love it. Like I loved Wonder Woman.
How dare you?
I think on second viewing, I might enjoy it, more. But, I mean, and that's the thing. I cannot pinpoint a specific thing I didn't like. I truly enjoyed the movie. But it's not my favorite. But also, I mean, when I saw Black Panther, I was slightly disappointed. But upon second viewing, I really liked it.
Yeah. I don't know. I had no issues with it. I'm trying to think back now because it's been a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was a good character.
Yeah.
I thought the way they approached her story was good.
Okay.
I liked... I'm trying to think what else I liked. I mean, I liked the big twist, although I felt that from the very beginning I didn't like Jude Law's character and I couldn't place why.
Oh, I didn't trust him from day one.
I was like, this guy's a douchebag. And just going into it knowing that half of her team there was villains in the future, like...
Yeah.
They didn't just start as really nice people.
Yeah.
Like Korath.
I loved the end when she was fighting with Jude Law and he's like basically like trying to get her to fight without using her powers and he's like,
oh yeah, she goes, no, screw you.
I don't have anything to prove to you. Like, I love that.
Yeah. When she blasted his ass.
Yes, I absolutely loved that. I also really, really liked that they tied Nick Fury's eye to this.
See, I don't know if I like that. Not that I don't like that they tied it in, but I don't know if I like the backstory now.
I do, because he just, like, from the get-go, he, like, loved that cat and was like...
Yeah, but it just doesn't make sense, because if you remember back to...
I do, and he said, the last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
You really think he was talking about a cat? I mean...
Clearly!
I mean, no. I mean, I don't think that was Kevin Feige's plan all along. Like, oh, it's going to be great. You're going to find out Nick Fury's eye was scratched out by a cat. Like, I don't think that was the plan, but, like, I don't know. It was a little bit of a lame payoff for what should have been something much bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do like that the mystery surrounding his eye is gone, and I think that I like... It's humorous. Like, I think it's
I don't understand how the cat, like, scratched it out completely.
It was probably because it's not really a cat. So maybe, like, its claws had, like, some sort of...
poison claws or something.
Yeah. Because he never gets rid of the eye.
No, it just, like, stops working.
Yeah, but they, like, he had, like, a table, like, a briefcase full of prosthetics.
Oh, yeah, when Coulson gives him the briefcase full of prosthetic eyes.
But he never ends up using it, because in Winter Soldier, he lifts up the...
Yeah, he's still got his eye.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have to go back and find a picture of something and look. I'm sure there's, like, a bunch of Easter eggs in all those eyes, too.
You think?
I'm sure there's, like, some S.H.I.E.L.D. logo eyes and, like, all kinds of different, like... How do you feel about what they ended up doing with the Skrull?
What, making the Skrull seem like good guys?
Well, the Skrull were good guys.
Yeah, for
Why,
now.
you're not completely convinced?
No, because I think that... I don't think the Skrull are going to be good guys when it comes to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a couple months.
Why, are they supposed to be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Aren't they?
It's not been confirmed nor denied.
I'm going on...
We just know that Coulson that Clark Gregg is on it, and...
He's no longer Coulson as we know him.
I mean, there could just be a few bad apples. I don't think it's going to be a whole race of...
Maybe.
Like, I don't think they'll do Secret Invasion now. I don't think they'll go as far to say, well, I know we told you they were all good, but there's this one faction that's a bunch of dickheads.
Question, though, because the Tesseract...
Mm-hmm. So glad you asked that question.
Wasn't that frozen as well with Cap?
Yes, it was. Let me explain to you.
Please do, because that
I have an
continuity...
The timeline of the Tesseract. So, at some point eons ago, I'm going to just read this article.
Okay.
At some point eons ago, the Space Stone was housed within the Tesseract, a cube-shaped object, blah, 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 blah. All that is known, that is thousands of years ago, it came into the hands of the Asgardian civilization. Okay, the Tesseract was kept inside of Odin's vault for unknown reasons. It was eventually brought to Earth and left in Tonsberg, Norway, where it was guarded by devout human Asgardian worshippers. Remember in the beginning of Captain America, they pull it out of a temple? Very beginning of the very first Captain America, the Nazis pull it out of a temple in Norway.
Okay.
Okay? And we find out in Ragnarok that Norway and the Netherlands is the alternate home for the Asgardians.
Right.
Okay? So at some point, the Asgardians sent it to Norway.
Okay.
After that, Red Skull gets his hands on it.
Right.
Right? And Cap drops it in the water.
Right.
As we know from viewing Captain Marvel, the Tesseract came into possession of the United States military because, if you remember, Stark pulled it out of the water.
I thought
There's a comment about Tony's father pulling it out of the ocean.
Okay.
And then it goes to the U.S. military. Tesseract was then secured by Carol Danvers after Marvell had it. It was then in the care of S.H.I.E.L.D. Tesseract remained with S.H.I.E.L.D. mostly dormant for years until it woke again around the year 2012.
Right.
That's when Loki got his hands on it. We good? You good
Yeah.
now?
For some reason, I was thinking that the
Nope, they were very careful about
Tesseract
it.
was brought back up from the water around the same time as Captain America.
No, it was found. It says.
But that makes sense because Howard spent the rest of his life trying to find, or a good part of his life trying to find Captain America, in the water because he did get the Tesseract.
Right. Right. They show him finding it.
Yes. Too much fan fiction. It's.
So there you go.
Okay.
Then it was hid in the space station until Carol got it and fed it to the Flurkin, and then the Flurkin pukes it up on the Nick Fury's desk, and then
Right.
he's like, "Hey, look at this."
Yeah.
Okay.
I also like that we got a glimpse into early Coulson and like the kind of man he would become.
Yeah. It was so his role in that movie was so anticlimactic.
Well, he was a new agent.
Yeah, there could have been more of him.
There could have been, but it was more of a Nick Fury origin as well as Captain Marvel's origin.
I guess.
So I've read some theories. Let me just run it by you. Do you think...
About Captain Marvel?
Yes. That Maria Rambeau and Carol were more than just friends, but kept it hush-hush because they were in the military and Don't Ask, Don't Tell was going on during that time?
I think that you're putting too much thought into that, and that they probably didn't even cross their minds.
Okay. I mean, I've read a lot of theories about their relationship.
A lot of people have said that. I don't honestly think they put that much thought into it. I mean, no, I don't think they put that much thought into it. However, have you seen all the stuff online going back and forth between, or people talking about Captain Marvel and Valkyrie getting together, and Brie Larson loves it?
So does Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
But also, that was the other thing too. The reason that people think that they were together, like that Maria and Captain Marvel were together, is because of Thor's reaction when he like gets Mjolnir and it goes by her head and she's just staring her down and he's like, "I like her." It's because the people have dubbed Thor the god of lesbians. Because he and Valkyrie, like, there was nothing romantic between him and Valkyrie. It was...
Sometimes I hate the internet.
Well, I mean...
Why can't you people leave things alone?
Why do you have to be so uncomfortable with human sexuality?
No, I'm not uncomfortable. It just makes me laugh. Like, people had to dub him the god of lesbians.
Yes.
For no apparent reason whatsoever.
Because of the fact that there was nothing in Ragnarok. There was nothing romantic about him and Valkyrie. He was more upset at the fact that he couldn't be a Valkyrie. And Valkyrie is canonically bisexual.
Yeah.
So that's why he's like the god of lesbians, apparently. Let's see.
How about how much of a friggin' douche friggin' Ronan was? Not even a douche. He wasn't a douche. He was a friggin' loser.
But he's a douche.
He was like, okay, I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay.
Then again, she flew through a spaceship, blowing it up.
Yeah. So we didn't talk, and this is kind of, I'm trying to tie these two things together also, but did you notice in the most recent Endgame trailer, not the one that they showed to like tell us tickets were on sale, but like the most recent full-length trailer,
Yep.
Clint is
Tattooed up.
Oh, yeah, but keep it in my pants.
Keep it in your pants.
No, but that's not the trailer I'm talking about. That's the minute long, like the one that they just released. I'm talking about the full length trailer they put out a couple weeks ago.
Control your lady boner.
Clint is with a young lady, but not necessarily his daughter.
Right. They think it could be his replacement.
With the bow and arrow?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that it might be Kate Bishop?
No, I think it's his daughter.
She's too old to be his daughter.
Not necessarily. We didn't see all of his kids.
Yes, we did. You think
We've
he
never
has?
seen.
You think he has more than 3 kids?
I don't think we've seen all 3 of them.
Yes, we have. Well, no. Yes, we saw the baby, and then the other 2 kids in Age of Ultron.
Sure about that?
You think that he has another kid?
No, not necessarily.
I'm hoping it's Kate.
Just out of curiosity.
Also,
Age of Ultron takes place in 2020.
no.
That's what it says.
No way.
In what year does Age of Ultron take place?
The movie, not the comic book. Also, according to Cinema Blend,
It says 2020. Anyway.
the first hour of tickets for Endgame is the biggest single hour the site has ever seen, selling 3 times more tickets in that time than Avengers Infinity War did last year.
Oh, I'm sure.
Endgame has already set the record for the most ticket pre-sales in a single day. It took the top spot away from The Force Awakens.
I believe it.
I think this is going to be the biggest movie in history.
Think so?
Yeah, I think it'll beat Titanic.
About damn time. Better win a fucking Oscar, too.
Well, easy there, big fella.
If Robert Downey Jr. What big fella? Hell. If Robert
You're
Downey
very
Jr.
tall!
If Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans do not win an Oscar for this movie, then I don't know what's going on with the world. Whichever one kicks the bucket, that'll be the one that wins the Oscar.
There's also a theory that the people that were dusted are the ones that actually survived.
I think the people that were dusted are living in the Soul Gem realm.
Apparently, all of our theories are way off.
Yeah, I think it's just...
Let's see. Do we have
They're just fucking with us now.
Let's see. I'm looking for the full cast list to see if we... See, here's the thing. Catherine Langford.
Wait, hold on. Stop. We need to talk about something real quick before we get into any other theories.
Okay.
And the one theory that we know is fucking not true is the best one of all of them. To the point where, like, I think just today there was a theoretical physicist or a biologist or something that said, yeah, that's pretty much how it would have to go down. Literally, science is getting on board with Ant-Man exploding Thanos from inside his butt. Can we Can we admit that the comic book movies have taken over pop culture so much that scientists are studying a shrinking man going inside a giant alien's butt and then exploding through his body?
Yeah. No, it's
Best theory.
It's done. Catherine Langford is the young lady who is featured with Hawkeye. And she does not have a name next to it in IMDb.
Okay.
Also, they're still using, IMDb is using Clint Barton / Hawkeye. They're not using his new name.
Okay.
Because I believe the costume and with the haircut and all that, he's now Ronin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait. 23 days.
So these are the top, according to Nerdist.com, these are the 9 best Avenger Endgame theories.
Okay.
One is the 5-year time jump. One of the most popular theories about Endgame might go down involves a 5-year time jump before the movie even starts.
Okay.
At least confirms that enough time has passed for people to form support groups and print up flyers and blah, 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 blah. But was also an interview with Gwyneth Paltrow let it slip that she and Tony will be married and have a kid by the time Endgame takes place, as well as rumblings that older Cassie Lang has been cast.
Okay. Well, that I did hear, that Cassie Lang has been...
Right. Next one is the time travel. The idea is that Endgame will see each of the Avengers work to retrieve the Infinity Stones from various points in time, a theory that's actually backed up by a couple of other things. Collection of photos shown of a handful of characters done up to look like they are participating in the Battle of New York. Each one sporting an interesting looking piece of tech that may or may not be time travel related. Could they be memory retaining bracelets, Stark Tech mood rings, Zendarian jewelry? We won't know for sure. Quantum Avengers toy announcements are a spoiler hunter's best friend, and Endgame certainly hasn't been without its fair share of merchandise-related revelations. Perhaps the biggest one is that ties in neatly with other tidbits we already know, showing the Avengers in what have come to be referred as quantum realm suits. This one it says plausibility, count on it. And this one is Kronos, the Living Tribunal.
Okay.
So it's no secret that Endgame is going to represent a massive shakeup for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The only question is how big that shakeup will be. Marvel has I don't know if you've heard this one. I've read this one, and I think this is absolutely could be the best one. Marvel has had a deep bench of crazy characters in its cinematic universe. It's pretty much set up to go in any direction Feige and co. see fit to take it, which might wind up having some pretty cosmic implications moving forward. The 4chan post includes mention of a secret CGI character whose scene was a massive drain on the budget, and given the universe-wide implications of Thanos' actions in Infinity War, it actually makes sense that the Avengers might have to turn to a cosmic entity who would be powerful enough to challenge or even undo the Mad Titan's actions, and that's Kronos. An Eternal and Thanos' grandpa in the comics, the Living Tribunal, a cosmic entity that is literally in charge of maintaining balance in the multiverse, are not just characters who would be powerful enough to serve Thanos up with a hell of a reckoning. They would also make for incredible cosmic expansion to the MCU moving forward into Phase 4. That would also tie in with the trailer we've seen today where everybody is on the Guardians spaceship going into space. They got to be going somewhere. There's a lot of rumor that we may see a intelligently enhanced Hulk.
I've heard that too. I've heard that rumor.
Professor Hulk, as he's referred to in the comic books. Secret invasion setup, we know that. One of the ones that I hadn't even thought about, and I don't know what the implications could be interesting. But ever since Age of Ultron showed us that nervous look on Thor's face, fans have been waiting to see whether or not Cap would actually heft the hammer. There's a post that is believed that we might very well see Cap finally link up at long last, but it also comes at a high price. Be interesting if he killed Thanos using Thor's hammer or axe.
Ooh.
But maybe it destroys him as well. That'd be interesting. I just want to see somebody kill Thanos by chopping him in the head. Thor needs to stab him in the head and be like, got it that time.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I just 3 hours is a lot of movie.
And the last one is the Stark Gauntlet. Inversion plays a big part of the hero-villain relationship of a lot of MCU stories, which is why the Stark Gauntlet is actually a pretty high possibility. This one comes to us from 4chan again, but if you think about how the MCU tends to approach its storytelling, using a Stark Gauntlet to gather the Infinity Stones and defeat Thanos makes a ton of sense, especially when considering that Thanos was essentially the hero of Infinity War. Not only would Tony be relying on his engineering expertise to save the day yet again, he would effectively be making himself into Thanos inverse once and for all. So, yeah, there's that.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, they could be, instead of going back, the big theory was they were going to go back and destroy the Infinity Stones.
Right.
What if they don't go back and destroy them? What if they go back and collect them before Thanos does? And legitimately build a super fucking weapon.
Yeah, but how do we get everybody back?
Because they use it. If they're going back in time, all they have to do is use it before he uses it.
Yeah, but if they're going back in time... From what I understand about the snap, it's not that it just kills those people. It's that it blinks them out of existence, so they never existed.
Correct, but if they're going back in time... Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see.
But then again, they also know that their friends are dead, because Don Cheadle Rhodey says, because they killed all of our friends.
I don't think it blinks. I think it blinks them out of existence from that moment on. It doesn't make it so they were never born.
Okay.
So if they go back in time, they're still there. So all they have to do is do something with the stones before he does something with the stones.
They could also go back in time and collect all the Avengers again. And everybody else.
That's another theory that I thought of. They could go back and just pull them all through time.
Yeah.
But they can't collect half of the universe again. Remember, it's half the universe.
Yeah.
We're talking animals and people.
Yeah, this is true.
We'll see. We got less than 25 days.
I know. We've got less than 3 weeks. So excited. So excited. So anything else about Captain Marvel you wanted to discuss?
We didn't really talk about it that much
I
at
know,
all.
I know.
It's tough to remember because I haven't seen it in a while. It's been a day.
I hear that.
There was another movie I wanted to talk about. You finally saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I did.
The fuck you were waiting for?
My husband, and for us to sit down and have time to watch it.
Yeah, okay. Best Spider-Man movie, arguably, that's ever been made.
I will defer
wrong.
to you on that one since you're the Spider-Man fanboy.
Prove me wrong.
I truly enjoyed it. Just the art, just the cinematic.
You had to see it in the theater.
Decisions
you think it
that
messed
they
with your
made.
eyes.
It was visually
things blurry and out of focus.
Stunning.
And
It was one of the most creative animated movies I've ever seen.
That's why it won an Oscar.
It was so well done. And the story was good. It wasn't
No, I thought it was fantastic.
I do love that Doc Ock was a woman, and I love Peter B. Parker's response when he found out that she was a woman. The head scientist was a woman. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to re-examine my personal biases now."
No, it was amazing, and the to skip all the way to the end, the not possibility, but the implications of Oscar Isaac coming back to play Spider-Man 2099 is fucking phenomenal. I don't know how much you know about Spider-Man 2099, but
Nothing.
so good, so good.
Okay.
It's like Batman Beyond, but better because it's Spider-Man and not Batman.
Okay.
That's right, I said it.
Who was Oscar Isaac? Which one was he?
The last Spider-Man, the one that had like virtual reality and stuff, the one after the credits.
Okay, okay.
He wore the blue suit with the red and the things coming off his arms. That's Spider-Man 2099.
The one that like went back and like did the two Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm not pointing at you. You're pointing at me.
Okay. Okay.
Take me back to the beginning. 1961.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy.
Got
that's
it.
Spider-Man 2099.
Okay, I didn't know that was Oscar Isaac.
It sure was.
The Nick Cage Spider-Man Noir was
Actually really good.
hilarious.
Our boy Mulaney was fantastic.
I know. It was funny because EJ doesn't like John Mulaney. Like I couldn't get him to sit through Comeback or through Kid Gorgeous.
What is he, not American?
I tried. I couldn't get him to sit through Kid Gorgeous. But let me tell you, he loved the shit out of Burt Kreischer.
I can't stand freaking Burt Kreischer.
I love Burt Kreischer.
Ugh.
But anyways, when Spider-Ham came on the screen and he starts talking, EJ looks at me and he's like, that voice sounds really familiar.
Yeah,
Who
it's
is
the guy
that?
It's the guy you don't like.
I was like, it's John Mulaney. And he was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize that he would have as big of a role as he did.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I really liked it a lot. I don't need to see it I don't love 3D movies, so that would have really fucked with my head.
Oh no, I saw it in IMAX 3D. Whew.
Yeah, that would have it would have been too much for me.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Like I feel like it would have like given me a headache.
Really?
I don't super love 3D movies. Like we're gonna see Endgame in 3D because that's the tickets my friend got. And
I'm gonna see Endgame on a small screen in a crappy theater because that's the tickets I got.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, I saw Captain Marvel in 3D. I didn't really think it was worth seeing it in 3D. I think the only ones that have been worth 3D have been like the Thor movies and Guardians.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
But yeah, I did enjoy Into the Spider-Verse. You were right, it was good. I guess it was the best Spider-Man movie. I liked Homecoming.
I liked this better than Homecoming, like by far.
Okay. All right. Anything else before we get to some other fun stuff?
I guess not.
Okay. So I listened to this other podcast
How dare you?
called Dumb People Town. And they read stories of criminals and, you know, make fun of the stories and whatnot. But they turned me on to this this writer who works for the TC Palm in Florida. Man by the name of Will Greenlee. And he covers crime in St. Lucie County, Florida. And they have a whole page dedicated to all of his stories.
Okay.
I'm gonna read you a Will Greenlee.
Okay.
Okay. The case against, this one is Off the Beat. Thong-wearing garbage artist jailed in Martin County? ? The case against George Blanken, 31, happened March 12th as a deputy was sent to an address in the 18,000 block of the Southeast US 1 in southern Martin County. A property owner was calling to report a homeless male on his property building a shed and throwing chairs, the report states. The trespasser was wearing a swimsuit and then a thong, the report states. A thong is a minimalist undergarment that leaves a majority of the buttocks exposed. The 1999 debut album by Cisco contains the hit single Thong Song. The lyrics include the lines, "She had dumps like a truck, truck. Thighs like what, all night long, let me see that thong."
Okay.
Meanwhile, investigators spoke to a man who had no shirts, no shorts, and was covered in sand, as if he was just at the beach, the report states. He said he was the person at the property. He stated he was an artist that makes things from garbage, the affidavit states. The man was arrested after investigators said he refused to identify himself. At the jail, he was identified with fingerprints as Blanken. Blanken was arrested on charges of obstruction without violence and giving a false name or false identification. So, Mr. Greenlee likes to give explanations for things that we don't really need explanations for.
Okay.
Let's see.
Please elaborate.
So, like, describing what a thong was and then talking about the thong song.
I gathered that.
Here we go. DUI driver with fake urine not showered with praise. Andrew Hartman, 29, gave the explanation to St. Lucie County Sheriff's investigators after a March 12th crash at Kings Highway and Engle Road. Investigators say Hartman lost control while turning onto southbound Kings Highway and crashed into a stationary semi-tractor trailer. Hartman declined medical attention. Officials observed the at-fault driver to have constricted pupils and believed he may be intoxicated. Hartman of Port St. Lucie participated in field sobriety exercises and was arrested on a charge of DUI with property damage. In Hartman's vehicle, deputies found a bag with fake urine in it. The bag smelled of marijuana. Urine is the liquid and dissolved substances secreted by kidneys and stored in the bladder. Urine is discharged from the body via the urethra, typically into a toilet, commode, or urinal. He fucking explained what urine was.
Why does he do that?
We don't know.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
So the guys from Dumb People Town have a theory that he does things like this because he's got, like, he has to write maybe, like, a 12-inch story, and so he needs to, like, fill it with words.
That makes sense.
So that's...
Plenty of people out there that need to fill out 12 inches.
Yeah. Plenty of people that don't really know what 12 inches is.
Ooh.
Let's see. And then, so there's a Tumblr, and this one's quite interesting too. It's called Shit My Gay Wife Says. And it's written by a lesbian. And she tends to write what her wife says and posts it.
I figured.
So let's see. Where is it? My wife to the cat. Who's a good kitty? The cat doesn't respond. My wife. Hey, I asked you a fucking question. Let's see. My wife, you'll never come to bed. You're gonna poop for 20 minutes. Me, I pooped earlier. I'm poopless. My wife, yeah, but you'll always be full of shit.
That's just mean.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. My wife to the cat. She does a lot to the cat. Who's a good kitty? Who's a good kitty? The kitty purrs. My wife, do you know where to find that good kitty so we can get her and replace you? She hates their cat, but she also loves it. Let's see. Oh, stop it. Ah. All right. Ship my wife has said to our cat, "You are the cause of all entropy. I don't know how, but I'm going to blame you for all my problems. Life on this earth is brief. What do you think about the plight of the Jewish people, Miss Kitty? You have to ask yourself, Miss Kitty, would you rather be comforted by a lie or strengthened by the truth? You occupy a very small space in a very large world, but your conscience is ever the umbrella. You also have a cute kitty butt." After the cat ate a ribbon and threw it up, you wanted to be beautiful on the inside, didn't you? Let's see. You understand that life is meaningless and must take pleasure where we can. And for you, that is on this blue blanket. I will fight you in hell upon a mound of bones, Miss Kitty. You are a single bead in the string of lives that I hold together. You can get used to a certain kind of poison, Miss Kitty. I am so proud to have a cat that would murder her children. Come on, she'd be a terrible mother. We can't be equals until you get a job, you goddamn freeloader. You and your 8 nipples are shit. You have just enough common sense to not piss on your tail, Miss Kitty.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's really all you need.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll do one more just to kind of end it on a high note. Let's see. Ship my wife said to our cat, part 2. Hello, my angel, my very most special piece of shit. I have several questions. Where the fuck did you come from? Why the fuck are you here? And that's it. I cannot love you the way you want, you spooning bastard. Is your flesh made of pain? If that's true, why do you demand to inflict it? You could be the mother of darkness. You open your mouth and scream, and that is what ushers in the darkness. If we had a saintly count in this household, it wouldn't fit in. I pet another cat. It was amazing, Miss Kitty. It was untouched by your evil.
God, she fucking hates that cat.
I know! Cat, get sick. I never thought you mortal enough for a cold, Miss Kitty. I thought you ethereal, but not in a heavenly sort of way. Cat sneezes. Get the bad spirits out, Miss Kitty. Those are just the demons. You know what you are, Miss Kitty? A nuisance and a pixie who eats newborns. That's how you get your gold. Where's your gold, you little shit?
What the fuck?
Lay down.
Is out of her fucking mind.
Collapse your legs and put your body on the bed, you little monster. I'm arguing with you because you don't have a brain. You have a festering cesspool of intentions, and I love you so goddamn much.
Fair enough.
You've got whiskers like live wire, hot stuff. I love it. I love how much she hates this cat.
Well, you got anything else?
No.
So we should be back to our normally scheduled schedule this week. So today is the 2nd. I'll probably try to post this tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you're listening to this, it might be Wednesday the 3rd. Maybe. And then we'll probably record again on Thursday.
Yeah.
Maybe we can try and get a guest.
Maybe.
We have an interested party. Let's see if we can get her involved on Thursday.
We do.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I would normally try to be more prepared, but you know,
it's been
a crazy couple weeks.
Oh yeah. So you know how I'm into the Check Please webcomic.
I've never heard you mention it ever.
Never, ever. Well, so the author does a Kickstarter every year, where one of the things she does is this. It's called The Huddle, which is a 18-year-old plus fanzine, where she, does some more naughty drawings and, inserts some fan fiction that her friends have written and whatnot. And so I backed the Kickstarter this year, and got the first 2 in hard copy because I only had digital, and the third one in hard copy. And This is the most graphic thing ever.
Didn't we talk about this?
Not on the air.
Oh.
I was telling you about it, and you said, please don't send me pictures. And I said I would never send dick pics unless somebody asked.
Well, don't hold your breath, because I will not.
I will never send unsolicited dick pics.
Good to know.
But yeah, like, she drew dicks. And, like, she drew a guy sucking a dick.
That takes some talent, I would imagine. Not to actually but to draw the...
Yes!
You know what I mean.
Yeah, it was kudos to her. I can't believe that she went there. I'm very happy that she went there.
All right, easy. God forbid this woman draws a picture of Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye sucking a dick. I'll never fucking see you again.
Now.
You'll literally never leave your house.
That's not true.
All right, you'll leave your house significantly less.
Stop. It's on my bookshelf. I've only looked at it twice.
Today.
No. Since I got it.
Yeah, sure.
Be careful. I will send you dick pics.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh,
All
where
right.
are the places you can find this podcast or talk to us? I think we're on Twitter, A&J Have No Ideas. We have an email, aprilandjhavenoideas @gmail.com. We're on Facebook, April and J Have No Ideas. You can also find us anywhere you find fine podcasts, such as iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, the Random Chatter Network, randomchatter.com, Random Chatter Network. God, I'm fried. I'm sorry. I've had a kid throwing up on me for 2 weeks straight. We are part of the Random Chatter Network.
Yes.
Who also has a plethora of other fine podcasts that you should listen to and enjoy. If you'd like to join us on Discord, you can join the Random Chatter Discord channel network. I don't know, is it considered a channel or is it a network on Discord?
I think it's a server, and there's channels within the server.
But you can talk to us because we like to have conversations with you during the week and in between podcasts, and it gets fun. It gets fun sometimes.
And we have a phone number, but if people don't start calling us and leaving us messages, we will lose the Google phone number.
And that's not to say that certain people that like to call and leave voice messages should go ahead and leave like 27 of them in the next couple days. Just saying.
But the number is 475-212-5457. But Google did send me an email, or send us an email saying, use it or lose it, pals.
Yeah. So it may change because we may lose it.
Yeah.
Pals. And again, we are part of the Random Chatter Network. Random Chatter does offer a Patreon. For contributors, you would get bonus material and all kinds of extra content. So if that's something you are interested in and you enjoy the other podcasts on Random Chatter Network, you might want to consider giving to that.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I think that's everything.
Okay.
I can't keep up.
Well, on that note, I've been April.
And I've been barely comprehensible. That's not the right word.
He's been Jay.
Comprehensible?
I don't even fucking know anymore.
I've been fried.
Alright, well, and that was an idea.
Yeah. Just playing catch up.